Welcome to What If the DCEU was structured like the MCU? I know that people have done this before, but this is just my take. The counterpart to Iron Man would be the Batman. Now, I originally wanted to put the Batman movie here, but I ended up coming up with my own ideas. I would have Hush be the main villain, and Dick Grayson would be in the movie, but he wouldn't be Robin yet. The Incredible Hulk is a tricky one since it has to be a character who could get a movie in Phase 1 but never get a sequel. I think the best counterpart would be Martian Manhunter, and the main villain would be Malefic. Iron Man 2 would be the Batman 2. The main villains would be Mr. Freeze and the Penguin. Black Canary would be introduced, and Dick Grayson would become Robin, but he would leave Gotham at the end. The counterpart to Thor would be Wonder Woman, and it would just be the same as the actual movie. And the counterpart to Captain America would be Man of Steel, which would also be the same, except Superman doesn't kill Zod. And then the counterpart to the Avengers would of course be Justice League, which would consist of Batman, Superman, Wonder Woman, Martian Manhunter, Green Arrow, and Black Canary. The main villain would be Starro the Conqueror. Iron Man 3 would be the Batman 3. Jason Todd would be introduced as the new Robin, and Hugo Strange would be the main villain. Thor the Dark World would be Wonder Woman 1984. I haven't seen the original movie, so I can't say what I would change. Captain America the Winter Soldier would be Man of Steel 2. Supergirl would be introduced. Lex Luthor would be the villain, and he would create Superboy to fight Superman, but he ends up deciding to help him instead. Guardians of the Galaxy would be Green Lantern Corps, and the team would consist of Hal Jordan, Jon Stewart, Guy Gardner, Chip, and Kilowog. The main villain would be Atrocitus, with Sinestro as secondary villain. Avengers Age of Ultron would be Justice League Doom. The villains would be the Legion of Doom, consisting of Lex Luthor, Joker, Cheetah, Malefic, Lady Shiva, and Merlin. New members of Justice League in this movie would be Supergirl, Raven, Red Tornado, and Jason Todd's Robin, who was killed by the Joker. The Ant-Man counterpart would be The Flash. The movie would focus on Wally West as the Flash, with Barry Allen serving as a mentor, and the main villain would be Reverse Flash. Captain America Civil War would be Superman Tower of Babel. Aquaman and Tim Drake Robin would be introduced. Dick Grayson would return as Nightwing, and Brainiac would be the main villain, using Batman's contingency plans against the Justice League. And when Superman finds out about this, he fights Batman. Doctor Strange would be Zatanna, and the villains would be Brother Knight and Neron. Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2 would be Green Lantern Corps Volume 2. Jessica Cruz would be introduced, and Sinestro would rejoin the Green Lantern Corps. The villain would be Necron. Spider-Man Homecoming would be Nightwing under the Red Hood, and the villain would of course be Jason Todd as Red Hood. Thor Ragnarok would be Wonder Woman 3, which would introduce Wonder Girl and also include Martian Manhunter. The Firstborn would be the villain. Black Panther would be Aquaman, and the movie would basically have the same plot, but a few changes to fit this universe. Avengers Infinity War would be Justice League Darkseid War, where Darkseid comes to Earth in search of the anti-life equation, and all the heroes come together to stop him, but they fail and he takes over. Ant-Man and the Wasp would be The Flash 2, and the villains would be Captain Cold and Mirror Master, and the movie would end with the Flash trapped in the mirror world. Captain Marvel would be Shazam, and again it would mostly be the same as the actual movie. Avengers Endgame would be Justice League Final Crisis, where the Flash comes out of the mirror world and sends the Justice League back in time to stop Darkseid before he ever arrives on Earth. Batman and Black Canary would both die. Spider-Man Far From Home would be a Nightwing sequel that would deal with the aftermath of Batman's death, and the villain would be Scarecrow. And that's all for now. I might do the Multiverse Saga at some point, but I'll probably save that for when it's over.